The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
And now, for his encore, Vice President Hubert Humphrey has kindly agreed to sing Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen.
That's about as funny as a glass of prune juice. You all know the judge is coming?
I just want to swing.
Did you see what I just saw?
I forgot the question.
Sock it to me.
And now, direct from the library.
And now, direct from the library here in beautiful downtown Burbank, NBC proudly presents
Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Starring Dan Rowan and Dick Martin, with guest stars Barbara Feldon, special guest star Tim Conway, and Judy Carne. Arte Johnson, with Ruth Buzzi, Henry Gibson, Goldie Hawn, Larry Hovis, Roddy Maude-Roxby, Paul Winchell, Joanne Worley, yours truly Gary Owens, and Morgul as the Friendly Drowse.
Tonight's program is brought to you by all the really groovy cuckoos down at From To.
And now, continuing with our travelogue, we come to that exciting chapter entitled The Year Truman Capote Was Abroad. Here from the Eiffel Tower in beautiful downtown Burbank is the inscrutable Dan Rowan and the absolutely Dick Martin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're very happy that you turned us on tonight.
We certainly can.
Yeah. Hey, Barbara Feldon's back with us tonight.
Is she ever?
Yeah, you really like her, don't you?
Well, I guess if I didn't like her, I wouldn't be sharing a dressing room with her.
Come on, you're not sharing a dressing room with Barbara Feldon.
Not in body, but in spirit I am.
Happens to be a very nice girl, probably would have nothing to do with you anyway.
Not in body, but in spirit she might.
Hey, Tim Conway's here.
Ah, my favorite.
Yeah, I thought you two hit it off pretty good there.
Who?
You and Tim Conway saw you having lunch together across the street.
Was that Tim Conway?
Well, who did you think it was?
I could have sworn it was the guy from McHale's Navy.
Tim Conway.
No, the guy that had a series, Rango. Remember the big series Rango ran for years?
Yeah, Tim Conway.
That's the one, Tim Conway.
Well, I'm glad you got me straightened out on that. I thought it was Tim Conway.
No, it was Tim.
Oh,
Tim
yeah,
Conway.
okay. And we have a very special treat for you tonight on New Talent.
You're not going to bring back Tiny Tim, are you?
Well, as a matter of fact, we are, but that's next week. Next week, Tiny Tim's going to be back.
Finally came in for a landing, huh?
Incidentally, if you had come to the run-through of the show, you wouldn't have to be asking me who's on the show tonight.
Well, I just couldn't make it.
Something more important come up?
Only Raquel Welch.
Raquel Welch? What's she got to... I don't think I want to hear about this.
Well, I guess it's pretty important when Raquel Welch moves into the house next door to me.
And you, of course, had to give her a nice welcome to the neighborhood. Did you notify the welcome wagon?
She is a welcome wagon.
Still no reason for you to miss rehearsal.
Well, how could I come to rehearsal in my wet bathing trunks?
Wet bathing trunks? You don't even have a pool.
Raquel Welch doesn't know I don't have a pool.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, when she heard me yelling for help, she came running over to help me.
You told her you almost drowned and she believed that?
Tonight she's coming over for a little mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Who?
Anne Margaret.
What happened to Raquel Welch?
She'll just have to forget me.
Yeah, poor thing. I just can't believe that any reasonably intelligent girl would go for that.
Are you kidding? Watch this. Help! 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 Yuck! Yuck! I don't even have a swimming pool. I'm not wet. Get out of here.
Excuse me, Gladys. We really have a show to get started. Hate to interrupt you.
Oh, you're right, Dan. Forget about me, Dick. I'm no good for you.
Hate to interrupt this beautiful story, gang, but we really wanted to invite you all to a party. It's back this way. You like to go to a party?
I sure would. Anything.
You know, my girlfriend's father threw us out of the house last night. Caught us dancing to an Everett Dirksen record.
Oh, I love Joan Baez. I've even got a set of her autographed fingerprints.
You know, I've taken the lead in my community as an equal opportunity employer. I pay my wetbacks the same as I pay my Indians.
Goldie, if you believed in something strongly enough, would you go on a hunger strike?
No, I couldn't. I'm on a diet.
My church welcomes all denominations, but my favorite is the $5 bill.
I tried to join the sexual revolution, but I flunked the physical.
What with the ankle, the knee, the hip, the elbow, and the wrist? Boo to those who speak evilly of the joint, according to the Maharishi.
Were you involved in a lot of action during the war?
Yeah, right up to the time I was drafted.
I went to a parochial school. We really learned the 3 R's: reading, writing, and rhythm.
Well, what do you English think of Jimmy Hoffa?
Well, at least he's a man of conviction, isn't he?
You believe in the theory of evolution?
Well, I say if it's good enough for the monkeys, it's good enough for all of us.
Remember the words of the captain of the Titanic. The family that prays together stays together.
Last night I saw Cool Hand Luke and in the heat of the night and came home with a cold.
According to the Maharishi, he who sleepeth on a bed of nails is naught but a lazy faker.
Boris says that 35% of the women in this country are working women. The other 65% are working men.
The minute I laid eyes on you, you were the one I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. You do live alone, don't you?
It's not the hawks or the doves that I'm worried about. It's those cuckoos in Washington who are trying to make pigeons out of all of us.
Do you think we should escalate or negotiate?
In Vietnam or Detroit?
I spend a lot of time in the market.
Oh, are you a bull or a bear?
No, I'm a box boy.
Poo-poo.
And now, folks, it's suck it to me time.
Suck it to me, suck it to me. Suck it to me, y'all.
Yes, that's right, officer. My husband is missing.
Can you give me a description, ma'am?
Well, he's 29, 6'3". He's blonde, wavy hair and big shoulders and extremely well-dressed.
Joanne, what are you saying? He's fat, bald, and 40.
I know, but who wants him back? Big shoulders and muscles. Gorgeous guy.
My name is Zsa Zsa Gabor, and you're gonna love my secret. That one alone's good for about 10 years at hard labor.
I love beautiful downtown Burbank, but then I've seen the rest of Burbank.
You know who I am?
No.
Fastest gun in the West.
You're gunny fast.
No, I'm not gunny fast. Who are you?
Never mind who I am. Just watch out, because I got an itchy triggy fingy.
That's itchy trigger finger.
Well, I don't know. It happened about...
You ought to put something on it.
Me, Arapaho.
Me, Apache. Me, actor. Who do I have to scalp to get off this show?
Blue.
And now it's time once more for the fickle finger of fate to find you.
Found me last night.
I imagine. You, the American public.
Good for you, American public.
Once again, it's new talent time.
That band gives me cramps.
Now, come on. You shouldn't call that band bad.
You shouldn't call that band a band.
Be that as it may, hey, got a goodie for you tonight.
Blonde or brunette?
Neither. This is Stupendo the Great, the man with the iron jaw. Hello there, Stupendo. Now, as I understand this, you're going to get a grip on this rope. This here rope right there. You're going to get a grip on that rope with your teeth. Is that right?
That's right.
And you'll be hoisted 200 feet into the air, hanging from this rope by nothing but your bare teeth. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, take it away.
That's magnificent.
Thank you. Well, moving right along now, folks. Laugh-In is proud once again to point the fickle finger of fate at the ventriloquial talents of Lucky Pierre.
Not that guy that was on before.
Yeah, very safe.
I don't know why they call him Lucky Pierre.
Well, Dick, it's not his fault that the first time he was on, his dummy fell apart, and the second time his dummy died on him.
Well, it wasn't my fault.
And that's why he's back tonight. Everyone should have a third chance.
Okay, if you say so.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again, Lucky Pierre.
Thank you very much. I'm a little bit nervous tonight because already 3 times on this show I make, how you say, you know. But like we always say in France, the 3rd time is a charm. And to make sure, I make this dummy myself tonight with my own hands. All right, Peppy, we begin, eh? Say hello to the nice ladies and gentlemen. Like... Would you leave it to me? Come on, open up your mouth. Oh, my goodness. Don't be afraid. Which girl that picked you? Oh, no, that's ridiculous. Every time I try to do this, it's no way. I've done it just like that. You never do anything right. I make him. I will open the mouth. Here. Hold still. Hold still. Spoil the whole thing. Every time I try to do, nothing but a failure.
Suck it to me, 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 suck it to me.
Oh, no! Quickly, the glue, hurry up! The glue! Here.
I guess that about wraps it up for New Talent for tonight.
Well, we had some goodies tonight, didn't we?
Certainly did. Next week, another goodie.
Anyone I know?
Your favorite all time.
Tiny Tim?
You bet your sweet bippy.
Whoopee!
And now, here's this week's most popular teenage request.
Daddy, can I have the car tonight?
You say potato, and I say potato. You say tomato, I say tomato. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. What are you bugging me about? They're all the same, dummy.
For those of you who can't rush after every meal.
And now from Gluck's Hillside, the music of Paul Pendarvis and his orchestra, featuring Paul Ash.
Forget about me, Dick. I'm no good for you.
And now, folks, it's sock it to me time.
Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me. Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me. Sock it to General Sarnoff. Later, that same day.
Yes, that's right. My husband is missing.
What does he look like, ma'am?
Well, what difference does it make? When he left, he wasn't wearing any clothes.
We'll need more to go on than that, ma'am. Does he have any distinguishing characteristics?
You're not going to let the kiddies watch after that one, are you? Get him in bed.
I'm going to show you the fastest draw in the West.
All
you
right.
ready?
Go ahead.
Want to see it again?
Oh, that's fast.
That's fast.
Now, I thought that was funny, but I laugh at anything.
Me, Comanche. Me, Navajo.
Me, Sweet Sioux.
Ethel and I plan to attend the Democratic nominating convention, if only for the sake of the children.
Bye.
Dumb!
Hi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to stop all this fooling around. Seriously, folks, it's time to bring you the Rowan and Martin Report, when each week, Laugh-In looks at the news, past, present, and future.
What's the news across the nation? We have got the information. In a way, we hope we'll amuse you. We just love Lloyd to give you our views. Rat-a-tat-tat, ladies and gents, Laughing looks at the news. Ma! Hey, Dad! This is really gonna kill ya!
And now, here with the news of the present, the man to whom the news wouldn't be the news without the news. Here's Dickie.
Wrong. May the good fairy bip in your purg. Mays Landing, New Jersey. Phyllis Diller today claimed she lost her bid for the presidency of the National Nudist Society due to lack of support. New York City, now it can be told, following Nelson Rockefeller's announcement that he would run if drafted, Richard Nixon called General Hershey to see if he could arrange it. Washington, D.C. The American Air Force announced this morning that they had lost another H-bomb. However, hopes are high for an early recovery since it disappeared in the Pentagon. And now, take it away, Goldie.
Laughing news of the past, present, and future continues now with the news of the future, present, and past. So take it away, Dan Rowan, in the future. Bye.
1988, Washington, D.C., with total employment in America finally a reality, President Shirley Temple today disbanded the poverty program, throwing 4 million government workers on relief. Think about it. Also, from the nation's capital, 1988, there was a shakeup in the administration today as former World Bank President Robert McNamara was sworn in as Secretary of Defense, immediately pledged to bring our boys home by Christmas. 1988, Washington, D.C. The Warren Commission today handed down its long-awaited second report, clearing up 20 years of doubts and rumors in spite of the fire in the National Archives and the mysterious disappearance of Dallas, Texas. The commission was able to reach a definitive conclusion. The report was entitled, What Assassination?
Thank you, Dan. And now, back to you, Dan.
In keeping with our policy of bringing you interesting people and interesting professions, we have here tonight a lady who wrote and said she qualified in this department, and we'll soon see if she does. Good evening, ma'am. And what is your profession?
I'm a taco tucker.
Oh, a taco tucker. Where are you a taco tucker?
I'm a taco tucker at Teddy's Tasty Taco Tavern.
You're a taco tucker at Teddy's Tasty Taco Tavern.
Before that, I was a duck plucker.
Before you were a taco tucker at Teddy's Tasty Taco Tavern, you were a duck plucker. Where was that?
Well, before I was a taco tucker at Teddy's Tasty Taco Tavern, I was a duck plucker at Plucky Dick's Duck Pluckery.
In other words, you were a duck plucker at Plucky Dick's Duck Pluckery before you were a taco tucker at Teddy's Tasty Taco Tavern.
And before that, I was a chicken checker at Charlie's Chicken Kitchen.
I see. Before you were a duck plucker at Plucky Dick's Duck Pluckery, you were a taco tucker at Teddy's Tasty Taco Tavern and a chicken checker at Charlie's Chicken Kitchen.
I also had to check Charlie's Chihuahua.
Let me sum this up. You also checked Charlie's Chihuahua as well as Charlie's Chickens at Charlie's Chicken Kitchen after you were a taco tucker at Teddy's Tasty Taco Tavern and a duck plucker at Plucky Dick's Duck Pluckery. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
I'm very glad you didn't try to do this bit with Goldie.
Oh.
That's the most beautiful thing I ever heard.
The Laugh-In News goes back to a great moment in the American past. Benjamin Franklin, a man, a kite, and history is made.
Okay, how about an old gas kitchen? Very interesting, but he screwed it up.
Mr. Noah Zarkov here has gathered 2 of every animal in the world, and right now he's finishing a giant rocket ship, which he calls Ark 2. Perhaps he knows something we don't. Well, Noah.
Yes.
So this is your rocket ship.
Don't say that. The neighbors think I'm building a gazebo.
Sorry. Have you had much trouble with the neighbors?
Oh, yeah, we've had quite a bit of trouble. As a matter of fact, 2 of my anteaters have eaten Mrs. Robinson's rose garden 6 times. She's about ready to shout, I'll tell
I
you.
bet. That's a shame.
Yeah, you should see what the pelicans have done to our outdoor statues.
Really?
Sir Lancelot's a white knight, I'll tell you.
Any other problems?
Well, yeah, I found that if you're going to collect 2 of everything, don't put the elephants where they can watch the rabbits.
I'll remember that. Tell me, why are you doing all this?
Well, with the world being in the mess it is now, you know, the word came down that I'm to take 2 of everything and a few people and go up into space, into orbit, and then when everything's all square, come back down. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean the word came down from heaven?
No. Came down from Washington, yeah. See, as soon as the president and his family gets here, we're blasting off. Hello, Rose Garden!
This station invites you to join with us now for a brief period of silent meditation.
I forgot the question.
Dumb.
I'm going to vote for Dean Martin for Congress.
Why?
Because he spent more time on the floor of the House.
Why is California politics like a poker hand?
I don't know why.
One more queen and they'll have a full house.
Handsome man.
Hello up there.
Will you still love me when my hair turns gray?
Why not? Haven't I stayed with you through all the other colors?
Oh, don't.
I was a terrible drunk, but I reformed. Now I'm a terrific drunk.
Hey, did you ever think if Regis Toomey stuck his finger in a socket, he'd be socket Toomey?
If Shirley Jones married Jack Jones, she'd be Shirley Jones.
Dumb.
Wanted for old man. Practical nurse desirable. Practical nurse with Walnetto's even more desirable.
Crazy George is so dumb, he thinks manual labor is a Mexican obstetrician. Really?
Is that a chicken joke?
If you cross a mink with a boa constrictor,
You get a coat that eats goats.
Goldie, I hear Tarzan and Jane split up.
Oh, is that the truth?
She got tired of his monkeying around.
Abracadabra. There's a word to conjure with.
Did you hear about the boarding house that blew up?
No.
Rumors are flying.
The second half of Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In is brought to you by...
And now, folks, it's sock it to me time.
Sock it to me, 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 sock it to me.
Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me.
Judy, they shouldn't do that to you.
Sock it to me, sock it to me.
Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me.
Johnny Downs was going to be here this evening as our special guest star, but we...
Forget about me, Dick. Take up knitting. I mean it.
Well, you got to find her. That's all. You just got to find her.
What does she look like, sir?
Well, she's 5 feet 2. And she has eyes of blue. And,
let me see if I got that. She's 5'2".
Yeah.
Eyes of blue.
Yeah. And oh, what those 5 feet can do. Has anybody seen my gal?
I wish I had a ukulele.
Yeah.
If you'd cross a zebra with a cow, you'd get striped milk.
If Lady Bird Johnson married Tony Curtis, her real name would be Lady Bird Schwartz.
If Ruby Keeler married Frank Sinatra, she'd be Ruby Dooby Doo.
If you crossed a bull with a porcupine, you'd get a cross bull.
If Una O'Neill married Jack Oakey, she'd be Una Oakey.
If Martha Tilton... let me put it this way. If Martha Tilton married... If Martha Tilton married Conrad Hilton, she'd be Martha Tilton Hilton.
Running bear.
Me, hunting bear.
Me, baby bear.
All right, you're going to get it.
Yeah?
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, you know the code of the West?
Yeah.
What's the code of the West?
I ain't gonna be here next week. I found a wallet with some credit cards in it.
I'll drink to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Laugh-In had hoped to present the first in a series of tributes to great men. Our first subject was to have been Dr. Elias Noble, inventor of the tongue depressor. In keeping with our producer's obsession with brevity, we were allowed only 2 minutes. Dr. Noble, however, lived to be 93. Now, our problem is how to present these 93 years in a mere 2 minutes, thereby satisfying CFG and also getting it on. So we decided to do it like this.
This mustard plaster will help your cough. Just keep it on your chest.
I'll try, Doctor. Oh, Doctor, I think I have pneumonia.
Good heavens! You sit down here while I check your pulse against the normal rate. Going steady. Now I'll check mine. Going steady.
What do you think?
I think we've been going steady long enough. Come with me.
Oh, just think. Just married. A home of our own. And a stove. And guess what we are going to have?
What?
A baby.
Hey, baby! Good heavens! You must go and have an examination.
Yes, I will.
Well, did you have one?
Yes, I did. His name is Elias. I think I will put him in his room.
Wait, I think I heard him crying.
Is he crying?
No.
Is he sleeping?
No.
What is he doing?
He is shaving. I think he's coming now.
Father, Mother, I have just finished medical school, and I met the cutest girl on the way home. Dear? Father, Mother, my wife. Sit right here, dear, and make yourself at home. Plenty of hot water, quick. Good heavens, Archduke Ferdinand assassinated. This means World War I must go. We must win. We won! I must perfect a suitable tongue depressor. It must be made of a material that is workable and very like wood, with a surface that is very flat.
How about a flat piece of wood?
That's it. My dear, take this and mail it at the corner. Now my work is done. For years I slaved to perfect this invention, and now at last I've got it off my chest.
Good for you, Doc. Now, how do I get this mustard plaster off mine?
We interrupt this program to tell you tonight's program is brought to you from the luxurious Smokehouse Restaurant here in beautiful downtown Burbank. That may not mean too much to you, but it's a free drink for the cast immediately following tonight's program.
Yum.
And sign it very cordially yours, etc., etc., etc. Now read that back, please, Miss Jones.
Well, I take speed writing, sir.
It's okay, just read it back.
Dear sir, quick, and you know what you're the reach, gotta go and you sincerely bye.
Gluck's Hillside is only a short moment away if you really want to be there.
Try to forget me, Dick. I'll only hurt you. I mean it.
And now, folks, it's sock it to me time. So sock it to me.
Socket tour.
Socket tour?
Socket tour.
Socket to her.
Socket tour.
Socket to her.
You hit that kid again, and somebody's going to answer to me.
You have a hole in your stocking.
Oh! I don't have any stockings on. It must be my vaccination.
Happiness is Elizabeth Taylor mistaking you for Richard Burton.
They'll never get away with that.
Happiness is checking into a motel room only to find out it's already occupied by Laney Kazan.
They're kidding.
Happiness is going to a love-in where the only other person to show up is Sophia Loren.
I am surprised at NBC.
Happiness is doing at your age what Georgie Jessel is trying to do at his age.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Happiness is bumping into Raquel Welch very slowly.
For my next letter, I'd like to type chopstick.
You'll find the baths at Gluck's Hillside very beneficial. You'll find that...
What would you say if I told you I'm willing to do anything to have children?
Adopt.
You know General Custer?
You mean the troublemaker?
Aye, that's the one.
Tonight, Mod World looks at advertising. And so tonight, as what's-his-name partner just said a moment ago, we take a look at the mod world of advertising.
Hey, that's one of my favorite subjects.
Yeah, I imagine you would know something about that. After all, this whole business is based on advertising.
I'll have you know that my great-grandfather started advertising in this country.
Pshaw.
No, his name was Harvey.
Harvey Pshaw.
Yes.
And he started advertising in this country.
Yeah, he walked around the 13 colonies carrying a sign.
No kidding.
Sure.
Sponsor's message?
Yeah, it said, warning, snuff sniffing may be hazardous to your health.
Oh, good thing he did that, too, because there were a lot of snuff sniffers in those days. But advertising's come a long way since your grandpappy's day.
That's all I see is newspapers,
Isn't that true?
magazines.
Yeah, radio, television. You know, a person today can get a message on television, and within a split second, millions and millions of viewers will have seen that message in a split second.
You're
like that.
kidding.
Isn't that amazing?
In a split second?
Yeah.
Hey, all you wildies out there, I'll be home in about an hour.
You're not selling anything.
You want to bet?
No. You know what the next big step in advertising is going to be?
Outdoor billboards.
No. As a matter of fact, the days of the outdoor billboards are numbered.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Why, sure. Lady Bird Johnson says she's going to tear them all down.
Well, where are the traffic cops going to hide?
The next big step in outdoor is not in outdoor advertising. The next big step is subliminal.
Subliminal?
Subliminal advertising.
Subliminal.
That's right. This is where you get a message that your conscious mind isn't aware of. It attacks your unconscious mind.
I used to go with a lady like that.
A lady like what?
Unconscious.
No, I'm talking about getting a message across.
Third or fourth martini, and she was gone for the night.
No message there.
Wipe out city.
But it is all part of the mod world of advertising. That's what's coming, boy.
Yep.
What's your favorite commercial?
Avon calling.
What's so special about Avon calling?
Well, I guess if you get a lady to come over and ring your chimes, you got a foot in the door.
Well, as soon as she finds out that you're alone, she's not going to stick around.
I'll subterfuge her.
You'll subterfuge her. How are you going to do that?
Get this plan. Now, she comes over and rings the doorbell, right?
Yeah.
And I answer the door, and she says, "Is the lady of the house at home?"
Mm-hmm.
And I say, "No, would you like to come in and wait?"
But you live alone.
You bet your sweet bippy I do.
Well, she's going to find that out sooner or later.
But it could take years.
Well, while we're waiting for the Avon lady to make up her mind, the mod world's going to take a look at advertising.
One of the most important advertising jobs at the moment is in the hands of those who must advertise and sell democracy. For example, the United States government is now authorized to offer reparation to Vietnamese civilians who suffer losses. The amounts specified are $42 for a destroyed house and $8 for personal injury.
Yeah. Try and keep it down out there.
Mr. Major?
Yeah?
A priest in my house, she bust up. Everybody shook up. Roxy, even broke arm, wife hurt, honorable grandfather now with ancestors. Now, you pay, priest.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a little form here to fill out. Where was your wife hurt?
No right to say, but it's worth more than $8.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm only authorized to pay $8.
But better off already. You make $9, and I throw you an honorable grandfather for goodwill.
Not bad. Well, we'll have to see on that.
Oh, I broke my arm and my knee hurt. Oh, General, you're lucky. Now you'll be rich man. You young guy, pudgy son of a gun, you.
Mr. Carstairs, I can't understand why you're taking your account to another agency. What's wrong?
What's wrong? I'll tell you what's wrong. You guys haven't had an original idea in 20 years. All you do is imitate other ad agencies. You're nothing but a bunch of no-talent copycats. That's what's wrong.
Copycats. Now, what's that supposed to mean?
La, 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 walnut, oh. Want to buy a sexy postcard? Want to buy a sexy book? Want to buy a sexy movie? Want to buy a softer handbag?
Advertising has made its impact felt in every area. Today, most channels sign off with a sermonette. However, as advertising begins to creep into such programming, we take you backstage at a sermonette of the future.
All right, now, try and remember, Reverend, we're going to pick you up here on camera 1. When you come to Thou Shalt Not Kill, we cut to camera 2 over here for a close-up, and I think you can lay that in there pretty hard. That's a strong one, right?
I must admit I'm very nervous.
Oh, don't worry about a thing, Reverend. We got the Lord's Prayer on cue cards there for you.
Mr. Kemp, don't you think the time of this program should be changed? Wednesday's such a bad day for religion. Don't you think it would be better on Sunday?
What, go up against the Smothers Brothers?
The Smothers Brothers? Is that a Franciscan order?
When you're selling merchandise, please remember to advertise. You'll be rich before you're through, just like Madison Avenue.
You've all seen this starlet here, read about her great career.
Once we couldn't get her tested,
Couldn't get herself arrested.
But with time and great expense,
advertised her measurements.
She was voted Actress of the Year, you see.
Praise to advertise, praise to advertise.
now the bank books balance since she's shown her hidden talents.
Here's an honest fact.
It don't pay to act.
It pays to advertise.
Once they made a cigarette, longest one you've heard of yet.
But when people tried to smoke them, naturally they started choking.
So with guts and cash and brain, they began a big campaign.
Now this week's the only one to get, because it pays to advertise, pays to advertise.
Sure, a smoke is stronger, silly millimeters longer. No one seems to care
About the cancer scare.
It pays to advertise.
And now we come to the segment of the show we do every week. Tonight, for the first time, called Potpourri.
Goldie, that's potpourri.
Potpourri.
What's it mean?
A little bit of everything.
Oh, that's potpourri.
How do I look?
Great. How about me?
Senator, I wonder if we could have just a couple of minutes of your time.
No, I'm sorry,
Just
I
a
can't
quick
talk to you
interview.
now. No,
Well, Senator, you are fighting for re-election this year.
Huh? Oh,
and
yeah.
we'd like to get your opinion on a few vital issues of the day. Integration.
Integration? Well, yes. Now, sure, I believe that people are entitled to know where their officials stand.
All right, well, what about open housing?
Well, I'm in favor of open housing. Put it down. In favor of it. Now, I say if a man wants to move into an all-white neighborhood, I say let him do it.
I see.
Unless, of course, it's a Negro. Well, you know, we got to draw the line somewhere now, don't we? I don't understand what all the fuss is about anyway. Now, you don't find your average white person moving out of their suburbs and pushing their way into a Negro neighborhood, now do you?
Well, but for the most part, Senator, those neighborhoods are ghettos and slums.
Boy, Don't use words like that. These people got to live there. We got enough trouble as it is.
Senator, you have opposed the last 10 civil rights bills.
Well, there is such a thing as moving too fast, now isn't it? I mean, we've got to draw the line again somewhere. Now, I say, and you can put it down, this is for the record, I am against bigotry of any form.
I see. Well,
Right
then,
out.
Senator, how do you explain the fact that you're an acknowledged member of an athletic club that excludes Negroes and Jews?
Well, no, I don't let my political beliefs interfere with my personal life. I got split.
I got sick and tired of the mundane life in the big city. I wanted excitement and danger. That's why I came here to live on the side of this very active volcano. Every day is fraught with tension and danger. It is very exciting. I can hardly wait for the first eruption.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. Well, here we go. First 2 men on the way to the moon. Boy, what a thrill. Hey, too bad Thompson got the measles, had to be replaced. Stroke of luck for you, though, huh? Gee, I almost forgotten. The rush of getting off, we never really had a chance to meet, Captain. We're going to be alone up here for the next 3 months. May as well get acquainted. My name's Major Robert Martin.
Just call me Snooky.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the finals in the Olympic 100-meter backstroke. The contestants will swim the length of the pool twice up and back. Introducing in lane 1, the champion from Italy. The champion from United States. The champion from Great Britain. Finally, the champion from Poland.
Very interesting. But once again, they screwed it up.
Time to say goodnight, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Who's Dick?
Hi, Dick.
Dick's gone, y'all. Good night, Lucy. Good night, Jim Arness, wherever you are.
Hate to shake you up, but we got an announcement about next week's show. This has got to
I wonder
snap
if
your
you'd
whole...
mind if I said something my aunt once said to me.
Do you know, I would normally just be enchanted to hear it, but we're just a little out of time. Next week, we have a
She
gang
was
of...
caught in an elevator for 3 weeks with a garter belt salesman from Butte, Montana.
Oh, next week
I thought perhaps what she said when she came out of the elevator would be of interest to the folks.
I don't really think it would be, but if you think it would be, go ahead and tell us what the garter belt salesman did to your eye.
Well, by golly, when they finally came out of the elevator, he was all and she was... I better not tell it.
Of
No.
course not. Say good night, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Good night, everybody. Hope you had a good time. What did the mystic say as he walked across the hot coals?
I'll teach you to fool with me.
Who needs lessons?
What you have, madam, is a short circuit in the ignition.
Well, don't just stand there. Lengthen it.
My uncle sailed around Italy.
Did he touch Florence?
Oh, no. Her husband was home.
Mr. Conway. Yes, entschuldigen Sie die große Fall, die ich so der Reisen
Here come the judge. Here come the judge.
My mother made me a paranoid. Oh.
If I send her the wool, would she knit me one, too?
Why does the flamenco stand on one leg?
Well, if he lifted the other one, he'd fall down.
My favorite politicians are Dewey, Nixon, and Truman. But then again, I'd vote for any Tom, Dick, or Harry.
It may not show, but I've suffered.
It shows. Hey, Mac, what time is it? How did you know my name was Mac?
Just guessed.
Well, guess what time it is.
What, Ruth? What? Is that a ladybug?
I don't know. Turn it over.
What kind of wine do you serve when you're dining on elephant?
Oh, any good gray wine will do.
Goldie, what are your measurements?
I'm perfect. 22, 22, 22.
That's perfect.
If Jan Sterling married Phil Silvers, divorced him, and married Robert Service, she'd be Jan Sterling Silver Service.
As Ivan the Terrible said when he caught Tsarina with Rasputin, that's no-no.
Meeting like this, I think Harold's getting suspicious.
How many times do I have to tell you I am Harold?
This program was pre-recorded earlier because beautiful downtown Burbank closes at 7 o'clock.
All right, this is it.
I'm ready.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Take 3 paces.
3 paces.
Turn and fire.
Turn and fire. 1, 2.
Very interesting. Reminds me of my old outfit.